How to tax. The global game of getting your slice. If taxes were a global sport, Mr. Ledger would be the undefeated Champions League, clever and relentless. He doesn't just chase dollars, he chases stories, loopholes, and that sweet spot where governments get their cut without making people want to hide under the bed. Tax is like a universal language, Mr. Ledger would say. Only, no one really wants to speak it. USA, the land of audits and anxiety. First stop, the USA, where tax season is basically a horror movie in disguise. Theirs is a world of W-2s, 1099s, deductions, credits, and enough paperwork to fill a small forest. Mr. Ledger strolls into a typical American household where Jim is desperately Googling how to deduct my dog's therapy sessions. Because you know, mental health counts. You're not alone, Jim. Mr. Ledger grins. Just don't claim your pet's Netflix subscription. The IRS is like that strict teacher who never sleeps. But Americans have their ways charitable donations, mortgage interests, and business expenses dance around like secret agents trying to dodge a tax audit. Yet, for all the fuss, it's a system built on trust. Pay up, or the audit monster might come knocking. Spoiler alert, it's not friendly. Lagos, Nigeria. The hustle and the VAT hustle. Next, Mr. Ledger hops to Lagos, where the market is alive 24/7 and tax collectors navigate a maze of informal businesses and street vendors. Here, VAT, value-added tax, is king. The government tries to collect from everyone registered businesses, the corner shawarma stand, even the guy selling phone chargers off a cart. In Lagos, if you're not paying VAT, you might as well be invisible, says Mr. Ledger with a wink. But with a million ways to hustle, tax collection is a delicate dance. Some pay religiously, others slip through the cracks. It's less about audits here and more about relationships, bribes, and the occasional "I forgot my money today" excuse. Mr. Ledger nods appreciatively. Tax collection here? It's less about law and more about survival. Paris, France. Taxes with a side of protest. Finally, Mr. Ledger lands in Paris, where taxes come wrapped in bureaucracy and a side of baguette. Social taxes here fund the famously generous healthcare and welfare systems, but don't mention that to a group of protesters in yellow vests. The French have mastered the art of turning tax hikes into street theatre. In France, tax collection is an Olympic sport of paperwork and protest chants. Mr. Ledger laughs, and everyone knows the tune. Here, audits are polite letters followed by a glass of wine, probably. But tax resistance? That's a national pastime. The government wants your money, the people want their rights, and Mr. Ledger just sips his cafe, amused. Final thoughts. Why taxing is a universal story, Mr. Ledger looks at the globe and smiles. Tax isn't just about numbers. It's about stories of people, governments, hustle, resistance, and sometimes sheer creativity. No matter where you are, he says, everyone pays, or at least tries. And that's what makes tax the world's most dramatic shared experience. So whether you're dodging audits, hustling in the streets, or marching with a sign, remember, you're part of a global club. If you want more stories from Mr. Ledger's adventures, subscribe for more, follow for more, and don't forget to pay your taxes, or at least try. If you want, I can help you break it down into a script for video narration or a polished blog post. What do you think?